Mitered, milled, or CNC routed drywall, whatever you call it, having the ability to fold drywall around soffit bins without the need for corner bead, tape, mudding, or sanding is a huge time, material, and labor saver. Our SimpleSoffit drywall grid framing is the perfect companion to mitered drywall. I'm going to interview from the tailgate key players from 5 different job sites and show you why. First, let's talk to Ken Stansky in New York City. He has a multi-story project with miles of SimpleSoffit beam wraps throughout. Ken, how are you using mitered drywall with our SimpleSoffit framing?
Well, we're shooting a 2-inch by 3-inch 90 on up to the deck, and then obviously we pre-ordered the SimpleSoffit, so we're just draping down off of that, putting a brace across the center, shot into the bottom of the beam. Yeah, we're using the PanelMax machine for the drywall to eliminate the bead and the extra piece of 90 for the framing at the bottom. So we're just making a U-shaped out of the PanelMax and sliding it up over the framing, and it eliminates a few extra steps.
Now, mitered drywall machines are not only used to miter drywall for bins, they do a great job at cutting radiuses in drywall that align with SimpleSoffit radius layouts. John Dosay, tell us how they're doing it in Chicago.
This is a double light cove that's created. A light cove here, the drywall's cantilevered down, creating a light cove here, you'll see on the job. But the key to this thing was the schedule. 2 weeks to do all this work you're going to see per floor. So we came up with ideas between the contractor and Armstrong. They pre-cut the drywall. You notice every piece for all the soffits is pre-cut. And they're prefabricating these soffits with our simple curve suspended with strong backs, so they're not going to the structure. And they're able to build these things with 2 first-year apprentices and pick them up, pre-bend the wires, and hang them.
Now, let's go down to Oklahoma and talk with Ben Huffstedler with Standard Drywall. Ben, I understand you had 600,000 linear feet of drywall grid soffit framing on your casino project. Could you tell us about your mitered drywall and drywall grid soffit operations?
Ben Huffstedler with Standard Drywall. Talking about the Armstrong drywall grid, partnered up with the PanelMax, kind of what we got going on right now. So we start these at our jig location out in the parking structure. Put them together. We got guys out there doing that, and we'll bring them inside, and we actually hang them up, and then we put them on our centers, whatever our centers call out for. That allows us the opportunity to take and install this with seamless corners. We don't have to finish them at all. So by doing that, we leave them open. Falls right down on our rips. Same side over here does the very same thing. This saves massive amount of time in framing and then in finishing as well. So these 2 systems together, we've significant cost decreases.
Now, let's go down to Texas and see what Mike Serino with Baker Triangle San Antonio has to tell us about his prefab operations on a massive soffits project.
Yeah, that was one of the things we looked at initially on the project, was the schedule that we had to work with and how we were going to get everything built and installed in that duration. So the prefab part of it came along, and that's where we thought about Armstrong for the soffits. So we initially started looking at, okay, what can we get in our prefab? And we're always looking for whatever we can do to prefab. And the fur downs and the soffits on the project with the quantity that there was just made a lot of sense to do that. Armstrong came up with the design and helped us with the shop drawings on that part of it. We presented it to the architect and the general contractor and got that part approved.
What about quality when you marry up drywall grid frame soffits with mitered drywall? William Rourke with Acoustics and Specialties in Memphis had a high school with 5,000 running feet of repetitive soffit condition. William, can you elaborate on the quality?
With the drywall grid, we're able to use the jig system, and with us using jigs, the finished product is much higher quality than field fabrication with typical studs and track. We also adopted using the Panel Max milled drywall, beadless corner, if you will, on this particular project. We thought it was a good mating between the two. Drywall grid allowed us the opportunity to have precise, straight, true 90s to enhance the way that finished product looked, so that we could get the Panel Max system and drywall bead approved. So the quality was extremely high with those two systems paired together.
Many thanks to our 5 interviewees on these 5 projects. Do you currently install drywall grid or SimpleSoffits? Do you pre-miter any of your drywall for soffit bins? If you're using one and not the other, consider building your soffits on your next project with SimpleSoffit drywall grid and mitered drywall to experience all the benefits. Let us know your experiences or how we can help.